Good morning.
Hello. Sorry, everyone. Really, we had a technical issue with connecting to Google, but it's solved now. Really, we deeply apologize for the delay. So we're gonna start without any further delay. Just to warn you, the session will be recorded for the people that were not available for um, planning reasons. Uh, and it's gonna start right now being recorded in a few seconds. So, um,
Sarah? Yes, I can
yeah,
start. Yes. Hi, everybody. I'm Emily. I'm really happy to be with you this morning. Before starting the presentation, I would like to say a big thank you. First, a big thank you for Sarah Lekien and Stéphane Kahn and all members from the IT department who contributed to the success of this project during the last 6 months. It was an important project with a lot of difficulties until this morning, but we did it. So thank you. I would like to say thank you to also to our HR referents involved to this project for their time and their passions. So thanks a lot. Miroslav, Marie, Elle, Nicole, Marie-Louise, Ludwisia, Anurita, Salam, Sylvia, Anurata, Angela Isabelle, Diana, and Lakesha. Thank you.
thank you, Emily. So we're gonna start. I'm gonna start by sharing my screen. So, can you see my screen right now? Well, I'll take that as a yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much. So, welcome everyone to the Workday Go Live webinar. We're very pleased to see you all around the table. So, the purpose of today is to say hello to your new core HR tool, Workday. Um, Today's agenda will be about the Workday project to introduce to you the main stakes of this project and how it went until now. Um, a little introduction and the demonstration also. Then what is expected from you in Workday as concrete actions. And finally, resources and materials and how to open a ticket. So this was the big thank you. Sorry, there was a little delay, but really, again, thank you to the HR referent of each country and each entity. It really was a great job that you did until now. Thank you very much. So first of all, what is Workday? It's a core HR that includes the employees' informations and essential business processes management. Um, to give you a little more context, actually, it was to support its growth that Devoteam embarked on its largest group-wide digital transformation through the implementation of Workday, the new core HR tool. Uh, it is really at the heart of our HRIS system. It integrates key data and processes to improve the management of our talents, and it will replace Karma and Carmelite. What is at stake? The structuration of our activity and HR processes to make our data more secure and reliable for better career management and give employees greater visibility on their own data and improve their employee experience. Here, you can get some further informations I'm going to click the link to show you quickly, not the read through all of it, but know that through that link, you have some further informations. Your role during this whole journey is either to be Workday ambassadors, like our HR reference, or be a veteran users. So go into Workday and do all the actions that will be presented to you afterwards. This is just the timeline to give you an overview of what happened in the few past weeks. So on the 16th of August was the technical go live. On the 31st of August was the HR last training. And the service go live was yesterday night. And today is Workday webinar altogether. So what are we talking about exactly? So Workday will be your new HRIS tool, which will replace Karma and Karmalite, as I said before. It will be your HRIS ecosystem core center and enable you to enhance your onboarding and talent management. Why this project? The purpose was to get a better tool, more performant, with more functionalities like mobile application, for instance, transfer several business processes that are currently handled out of the tool and manually, enhance personal data accessibility for all the collaborators, get a solid shared foundation, technical and data, to which all applications are connected. Who is impacted? Actually, every Devoteam group entity will use, in the end, Workday. Currently, we are in wave 3, which involves Belgium, Denmark, Germany, Middle East, Netherlands, and Spain. Just to give you some explanation on how the rollout is planned, it's rolled through several versions, and each version is deployed via several waves. So one version is one functional scope, for instance, onboarding or talent management. Okay, so if you see here are the functional scope related to Workday. So onboarding, compensation, training, performance, etc. One wave is one group of entities selected for a rollout. So right now, this is wave 3. And when was go live planned? Yesterday, 7 p.m. Here is the rollout strategy. So you can see the versions, namely the functional scopes that were deployed. So this is really ground foundation of functional scope, the core HR and employee portal, smart recruiters integration, and IT onboarding, and the job history, education, skills, languages, certifications, and reporting. And this is optional versions for interested entities. Right now, to show you the big picture, we did the design with Devoteam Group, then the wave 1 in July 20 last year. Wave 2 was deployed in January this year. And right now, this is wave 3 with all the entities concerned by the rollout. And wave 4 is to come. This is a global presentation of Workday integration in our HRIS. So we recruit in Smart Recruiters. Then it goes through our hub, like an API that handles all the information, all the data. Everything goes through this API, this application. Then it goes to Workday, and then it goes to Google Suite and Active Directory. It was just to give you an overview of how this works. Um, a little intro and then an overall demonstration. So, uh, two important concepts in Workday. First of all, the roles. In Workday, there are lots of roles, but here you will find the main ones. Employee as self, HRBP, payroll and admin, manager, and recruiter. Eventually, HR executive and HR assistant, but they are less implied in general in the business processes. And you can find all the existing roles in the appendix. The thing is that, like, why is it important, this role notion? Because according to your role, you can do some actions and view certain things in Workday. And today, in our demonstration, we will focus on the employee, this one. The second very important concept is the supervisory organizations. Supervisory organizations are operational organizations, okay, that are shaped based on management hierarchy. So visualize it as a box, okay? Let's say this is the top box, and every relation, like hierarchical relations, etc., is managed through this box. So it's because manager one is the manager of this supervisory organization that he is the manager of this employee. They are linked through FRDTC DIR01, so namely the name of the supervisory organization. They are linked through the supervisory organization. They never have a direct link. It's always through the box of the supervisory organization. Each worker is a member of a supervisory organization. There is no way someone exists in Workday and is not attached to a supervisory organization. This is mandatory functioning. A manager, so the role, is assigned to a supervisory organization or can be inherited from a superior organization. A manager is never a member of the organization they manage. And as I said previously, all the roles that are here, they are assigned on and through the supervisory organizations. This is just to give you a global understanding of the main and most important concepts in Workday. So now we're going to go for a little demonstration. So if you connect to Workday, which I'm going to show you how, so you go to your Devoteam application portal, you will land right here, and you will see Workday here. You click there, and you will land on your homepage. This is a testing environment, so that no real data is shown. That's why it may look different than if I click here. If I click here, it's the real environment. So there is a different and more modern, let's say, font. But let's go back to the demonstration. So I am Maria T. Blue, okay? I landed on Workday on the homepage. I can see that here there is a search bar. In this search bar, you can look for three major things. You can look for people, okay? So for instance, I can look for myself or other people, of course. I'm gonna look for someone else. I can look, so I can search for people. I can search for organizations, the famous supervisory organizations I told you about, they are here. And I also can look for reports because I can access certain reports. That's the main thing about the search bar. Then if I move here, I can put some shortcuts, okay? So for instance, if I click on edit and I want to put in my shortcuts a new task or report, let's say a task, for instance, yeah, say add certification. And if I go back there, it changed to add certification. If I will, if there are some tasks or report I use very often, I can put it there in my shortcuts. There are my most used apps, and they are here also. Here you have the notifications. A notification is when, for instance, you are involved in a business process. For instance, legal name change. So here, what happened is that my payroll and admin, which is part of the roles that are important in Workday, this one, um, my payroll and admin asked for a legal name change. I got notified of this. Um, then, so the notification is just for your information. You have no action to do. On the difference with your inbox. In the inbox, so here it's just a test person, it's a fake profile. That's why there are no actions like currently. But if you have anything to do in which you are involved, in which an action is expected from you, it will be here in the actions. And the actions you have done in the past that are no longer to do will be in the archive section. So there is the actions, current actions, and the archive actions, past actions. Um, I will show you this right after. You can go on your own profile by clicking this icon. Normally, there should be a photography, like a profile picture there. But when it's not done, there is a cloud. So you can, by clicking here, go home. So it lends you back to the home page. You can go to my account and do some change preferences, like the setting of your notifications. Do you want them to be daily, or you can change some things like that. You can check on your view sign-on history. And the organization ID enables you to access Workday by scanning this QR code through your mobile application. Then here you can access the Workday training platform, which is very important. It contains all the materials for you to be very good at understanding the business processes in Workday. So here is France, and here is Spain, Belgium, Denmark, Netherlands, Germany, and Middle East. that were involved in wave three. So if you click there, for instance, Spain, you will see that there are 5 sections: personal data, job, contingent worker, compensation, and organization. If you click there, you will see that there are all these links, and they lead to the training cards that explain to you how the business process work. So for instance, a no-show, you don't know how to handle it in Workday. Here you will have the process name, the description, who can do what, cancel, correct, the delegation possibility, the information if needed, some supplement, sub information, who can initiate, who approves, and who reviews. And here you will see all the screenshots in order to guide you through Workday and know exactly where to click. But we'll go back eventually to that part. So this is a very interesting access, and it's right there in your homepage. Here you can also go to your inbox, just another shortcut. Then you have the applications directory. You can see your coworkers and some information about the location, the organizations, and the management chain. Um, for personal information, there are certain things that you can change from there directly. For instance, if I click here, I directly access my contact information, so it's really mine, and I can edit if I click there. So the address, the email address, etc. And I can also view some things from this personal information section that appears right here. This one is very useful. Of course, there is no data because, once again, this is what should appear in your inbox. But if you have any doubts about, are there some processes awaiting for my actions or something, you click here and you will get everything that concerns you and only you. And finally, there are some custom reports that you can access eventually according to how it was set in Workday. Now we're going to go to Maria Blue, so my profile. So if I click on the icon, I land on this page, which is my own profile. I can see several information, but let's try to structure it. So there is the employee ID, that is the Workday ID, the location, so where do I geographically work, the supervisory organization I told you about. So I am part of this organization, and Nadine Yellow is the manager of this support, this supervisory organization. Here is the name of the manager. Here you can see supervisory organization, so you can see the superior and my supervisory organization. You can see the position, my business title, the job profile, the employee type, so am I a permanent contract or a fixed term contract, for instance, my hire date, the length of service, so all the job details, and the work address. This is in the summary section. In the personal section, you can see all personal information, so gender, date of birth, etc., etc. And you can edit. as yourself, of course. You can, for instance, if I go to Ivy White's personal, there are things that I can't see, and obviously I cannot edit anything. So it's just on my profile. Um, then you can go to name. So you have your legal name, your preferred name eventually, some name change history that happened, and you can edit right there. In the contact section, you can also edit, and there are your addresses, your email addresses, and your work contact information. Then the emergency contact. So my emergency contact is Hermione Granger. You can edit that if you wish so. Here are the IDs. So for instance, your employee ID, okay, but eventually your national IDs and passport ID. Um, Here is a very important thing, namely your support roles. What are your support roles? It's simple. It's all the, let's say, HR or legal or management or payroll roles that are attached to you. So you can directly access through this section, personal section. You go to support roles, and you will directly have all the informations about who do I contact if I want to contact my HRBP. I just onboarded in Workday. Okay, I need to contact my HRBP. I need to contact the legal department. Who do I contact? You will find sorry the information right here, and it's very practical. And finally, here you can put some documents. So there are several documents. Um, for instance, there are personal administrative documents, there are career documents. So according to what you need, if I click there, for instance, I select a file, and here it's a personal administrative document. You see, it's directly added right here. Then if I move to the job sections, so we will find again all the job details that are also here on the summary. But you can also find the job history, which is quite interesting. So where was I before? Was I in another entity with what manager, etc.? The organizations I am bound to, like the business units, the cost center, the operational entity, and of course the supervisory organization. Um, the management chain. So my manager, my direct manager is Nadine Yellow, and my N+2 is Laurent Lecoq. My manager history, like in details. If I moved from an entity to another, maybe I changed of manager. Here it was the case. It was Agatha Cloud, now it's Nadine Yellow. This section, so in job, worker history is also very important because it enables you to know what happens in Workday for you recently. For instance, for me, Maria Blue, I had a compensation change on the 1st of April. But I also had a personal information change, an ID change, passport and visa change. Like everything is recorded here, and you have the effective dates, namely when will it be effective, when was it initiated. For instance, here they were the same, but here they were not. It was initiated on the 15th of April and was supposed to be effective on the 1st of April. When it was completed, and eventually the status, so it can be in progress, awaiting action, successfully completed, etc., etc. So this is very important. The service dates, so it's all the dates that are related to your story in the company, like the hire date, um, seniority date, etc. And eventually the collective agreement, but not every country need this part, so it will not mandatorily be there and filled. The compensation, that's a very interesting part. Um, so just to get back to the presentation, the material, sorry, quickly. Um, Here, it's important to know that Workday is not a payroll tool. Okay, so the compensation package can be approximate. It's not, it doesn't aim to manage properly the payroll, but it can give you an overview that is quite accurate still. Um, and do not worry, we know it's a sensitive data, so it's very properly secured and handled. So you will have the total base pay. You will have here how the total base pay is compound, like uh, the base salary 75K euro annual, and the holiday bonus 2,000 euro. You can have the pay change history. As you saw in my worker history here, I had this, a compensation change. Well, you can find in the pay change history all the details. So I was 62K, then 72, then 77. And here you have an overview, quite pretty, of your uh, total base pay with a little chart. And finally, the career part. So here you can add with this button your job history. You can also add with this button the education, the certifications with the same button, the skills right here, and the languages. Like for instance, Maria speaks Chinese. You can edit or remove it or add a new one. That's the global overview I wanted to give to you. Now we're going to move to what does it change for each role, because it's important to know. So for the collaborator, an easy identification of your HR contacts in the support role part. A possible delegation of your tasks in case of absence. This is something you can do too. An easy storage of your annual reviews. You can edit your personal information. You can access to the details of your compensation package and select updates certifications from the group referential of strategic partners, and the additional certifications like local certifications out of the group referential are to come. Then the manager, he can access to information about the members of his team or her team, like the salary, annual interviews, status of the trial period, skills, certifications, etc. He can access new reports, so input, output, certifications, comparisons, and also delegate tasks. For the recruiter, it changes that there is an automation of the creations in Workday following the recruitment in Smart Recruiters, as shown in um, this little scheme. So it starts there for the recruiter and ends here. And a better visibility on future arrivals. And finally, for the HRBPs, of course, the automation of creations in Workday, um, the select update certifications from the group referential strategic partners, uh, the access to key information of all Devoteam employees as well as their attachment to organizational charts, better visibility on future arrivals, and better reports. So we're going to focus quickly on the collaborator because it's important for you to know what are your next move. So of course it was today to attend the webinar on today's date or watch it afterwards. You can do both if you wish so. You can also update your profile following the instructions in uh, these video tutorials. So you will have how to change your photo, how to access Workday, how to find your key contacts, how to change preferred name, how to change personal information, passport and visa, legal name, home contact information, government IDs, emergency contact, and business title. It's all explained into those videos by clicking on this link. Also, what is expected from you, and everyone is a collaborator. Um, you have to upload your strategic partner certifications into Workday. So right here, you go on your profile, you go to the career section, then to certifications and click on add. Um, so yeah, once again, Workday is not a payroll tool. That's why compensation can be approximate. Resources and materials, it's important. So how can you start to train yourself and with what materials? So here you will have access to the video how to access Workday, which is very simple. I showed you that in the beginning of the video, but if you forgot, it's there. Here you have, again, all the video tutorials. And one important thing too, how to access Workday training platform. You just click there and you have access to all the training card. You just have to click on your own country or region. And also, please refer to your respective HR reference who we thanked very much in the beginning of this session to answer your questions because they will organize trainings for you. So how to access Workday? We saw that together. You go to your Devoteam application, you click on the Workday icon, and you will connect. How to access the Workday training platform. So Just to give you the global overview, the Workday training platform is not just about the training cards I've shown you. It's also about Workday, how to connect to Workday, how to use Workday. There is a glossary here that you can click to understand Workday vocabulary. Um, so all of this is explained very clearly. Um, so here is the project introduction. Here is how to connect Workday. Here is how to use Workday, so the training cards we talked about. 4 is the workplace community, and 5 is the glossary. Last but not least, how to open a ticket. We know that you might have some questions, even with the materials, the training cards, etc. So I'm going to explain to you how this works. So today you will have access to ServiceNow. Okay, so it's your tool to open tickets in case of issues with Workday. So here are the basic rules for a ticket to be quickly solved if you have any issues with Workday. In general, there are 2 types of tickets. The incidents means a malfunction of Workday's behavior. So it's a tool problem. It's not properly working. And the requests, which means you have a need and ask for it to be fulfilled in Workday. I must insist, please select the appropriate type of ticket. Avoid quick tickets because actually it will take more time to reach your HRIS team. Another point, be as accurate as possible when you describe your issue. Otherwise, it will take much more time for the team to solve it. For example, that's an example of a good description. So you put your role, the business process name, the worker full name or ID. Remember, that's my full name and that's my ID right here. ID is much more efficient, just to say. Um, so you described your issue and eventually put, anytime you can, an attachment, a screenshot of your issue. This will really make the difference um, because it gives us, how to say that, like the intent error that occurred. So it's very important for us. That's it. So to access ServiceNow, you go to your IT portal in your Devoteam applications. And here you type Workday. Just to be accurate, Workday access issues will launch an incident. It will trigger an incident. Workday other issues will also trigger an incident, and Workday other requests will trigger, obviously, a request. This is about access issues. This is any other issues, and this is about a request. So I think that's it for today. You have the roles and some other things in the appendix if you need to check. But as of today, I think we are done. So I'm gonna end the recording. Thank you very much for attending this meeting, and very sorry for the delay in the beginning of it. And see you very soon. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
guys.
Thank you, Botan.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
bye.
Bye.
Thank
Have a
Thank
good
you
you.
so
night.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
See you.
See you.
Good job. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.